According to Ukrainian, US, and European intelligence, Russia is planning a big attack on Ukraine with Oreshnik missiles, nuclear-capable missiles, in retaliation for what Russia says was a Ukrainian attack on a student dormitory in Russian-occupied Ukraine. Tens of thousands of protesters protest in Slaviha Square in Belgrade, Serbia, against the Vučić government. And Marco Rubio leaves NATO talks in Sweden with a message of US decreasing its military presence in Europe, but also remaining committed to Article 5. I'm Sophia Marie. I'm a graduate of Georgetown and Oxford, and make sure to like, follow, and repost. I post these updates on the Russian, East European, former Soviet space daily. Let's get into it. Okay, first, so according to US, European, and Ukrainian intelligence, Russia is preparing a large attack on Ukraine, which will involve Oreshnik missiles, nuclear-capable missiles. This will be in response to what Russia claims was a Ukrainian attack on a student dormitory in Russian-occupied Ukraine. This intelligence comes a day after Putin vowed a strong response for the attack. Now, Ukraine has come out and dismissed this claim from Russia, saying the attack on the dorm, quote, exclusively targeted the Russian war machine. Now, huge news coming out of Serbia. Apparently, anywhere from 34,000 to 100,000 people have descended on Slaviha Square in Belgrade to protest the Vučić government. Now, this is a continuation of the student-led protest movement, which first began November of 2024 after the collapse of a train station canopy. This student-led movement is against the Vučić government, mismanagement, and corruption. Now, according to Reuters, police fired tear gas and stun grenades at the protesters. Protesters lit trash bins on fire, and the Interior Minister said that 23 people were detained. Apparently, the police estimated the size of the gathering to be around 34,000 people. However, the Archive of Public Gatherings, which monitors public gatherings, puts that number at 100,000. Obviously, state officials have an incentive to report a lower number. The same happened in 2025 last year with the March 15th, Saturday, huge protest. Government officials and state media put the number at 100,000 protesters, when civil society groups said it was more like 300,000 people. Now, in other news, Marco Rubio has left NATO talks in Sweden with a message of US shrinking US troop deployment in Europe, but still having an ironclad commitment to NATO's Article 5. So Marco Rubio said in a statement, quote, "There's a broad recognition that there is going to be eventually less US troops in Europe than there have historically been." However, NATO chief Mark Rutte made sure to iterate after the talks that allies are fervently committed to Article